What's up, dog? What's up, Will Smith? How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Will Smith with Red and Bold. I'm here with my co-host Joe Mobley. We finna talk Chiefs football. Y'all already know what it is. Let's go. So, the Chiefs just had a another playoff win, adding 16 wins to Mahomes' playoff record, tying Joe Montana for the most playoff wins or for the second most. I think it's the second most, or just tying Joe Montana's playoff record. I want to say it's the second most, but it's 16. So he tied Joe Montana in NFL history as far as playoff wins. He can pass him up on Sunday versus the Bills. But let's talk Houston Texans game, and the Chiefs pull out that game 23-14. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. But it's we're hearing a lot of chatter. I've seen a lot of chatter on from the Houston Texans players referring to the referees, and they're them saying that they knew what it was. We knew we was playing against everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. And my thought on that, Joe, is just like, yo, so if you know that, or you feel like the Chiefs have an advantage with the referees, why would you not play as close and tightly within the rules as you can and make sure that you don't make any mistakes, almost playing above reproach, right? Where you don't give them a reason to make a call against you, knowing that they're going to protect Pat Mahomes and they're going to protect the quarterback, period, in the NFL. And so there are two calls people talk a lot about. The first one was roughing the passer that gave the Chiefs a first down in 15 yards. But it was definitely by rule. If you look at the NFL rule, I believe it's Article 11, Rule 12, Section C, you will, and y'all can go to yourselves and look at the NFL rules, but technically, by the rule book, it was roughing the passer because you cannot hit the head, face mask area, or even the neck area of the quarterback after taking one step to the quarterback after he's thrown the ball. And so by technicality, if you want to get technical, yes, it was roughing the pass and the right call was made. On the second one, there was some contact made with Pat's helmet. It was kind of, I will say, it was kind of a late slide, and I would have been fine with them not calling that. You know what I'm saying? That been a no call, but they did call it. But like I'm saying, they're going to protect the quarterback. You got two guys, and the head goes down, and you hit them in the head with your hand or whatever. They're going to, more than likely, they're going to benefit of the doubt. They're going to give it to the quarterback and make that call. So you just got to play. If you felt like that going in, man, I think you need to play just more within the rules, close to the vest. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them a reason to make a call, bro. That's all I can say, man. So
I mean, we all learned that though. I mean, that's the way we were taught, Will. You came from the same cloth I did. We learned, that true blue tiger football, Coach Derek Jordan. Uh, Never ever should we leave enough room for the mistakes and or calls from the referees to definitively decide a game. We're going to make a decision. Even when you watched, which is a great film, remember the Titans, they didn't paid off the referees to call the game in favor of Denzel Washington losing. And the other coach said, "Hey, Titus, let me tell you something. Before it got in everybody, I tell you what, I see everybody thrown in jail. I go with you. We all going. But let me tell you something. You're gonna call this game fair." And then what does he do? He goes to Denzel and says, "Hey, run it up. Leave no doubt. Run the score up. Go on ahead and let these boys know this wasn't the referees. This wasn't nothing else." And that's my thing. I'm tired of like, ooh, hey man, it's Patrick Mahomes. This man in the face of the
of the NFL, of the league.
NFL. And yes, when you get ready to make contact with him, I appreciate it. Yeah, do it carefully. And if the referee should so happen to see you done something wrong or out of order, yeah, you're gonna be penalized for it. And we don't apologize. And yeah, we're not above or beneath. Uh, we seen Kobe in them. We seen how LeBron do it. We
Oh
know how
man,
to
yeah,
flop a little bit.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, but his flop was not the defining matter. I need for the Texans to admit this. Our defense shut y'all down. And the truth of the matter being, Andy being the gentleman that he is, he stopped. Because there are some coaches out there that would have kept running that score up on y'all. We stopped where we stopped, but I think we could have put in one more at least.
And we even gave
And
him 2 points, right?
right, and then we gave you 2 points. We gave you the safety. That gum. Okay. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all want us to do. Apologize. Hey, it's that bad juju hate mess going on. And let me tell y'all people something. Ain't nobody, I'm not finna apologize, and we shouldn't have to. Why should we apologize for having a great football team? Why
Yeah.
should we apologize for
Hmm.
winning close games where there's not been a game decided where a call was questionable that if it was close, it got confirmed. Like the toe on the line, the dude was out of bounds. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, it happened. You know why he was out of bounds? Maybe your quarterback shouldn't have threw it so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the referee fault? Is that my fault? That's your fault? No, I give you this. And the reason I say that, I'm just saying, at the end of the day,
Man.
you know what we supposed to, I'm just saying, we can't appreciate quality calls from the referees. If there's something that's out of order or wrong, I think the NFL is addressing that. But I need Houston not act like
Yeah.
that the refereeing was so far out of balance that y'all got ooh-wee. That is not the case. You could have brought in a whole different crew of referees, and there's a strong chance things may have gotten worse. See, I really believe this is my real thoughts. I really think the Chiefs gonna turn it up on Sunday.
I do too. I think they hearing all the chatter. They're
Yeah,
hearing all the chatter. They're hearing all this referee mess. I
yeah.
think they gonna
It's
open.
gotten old, bro.
Yeah,
It's
and
gotten old.
here's a dumb thing I've heard. I've heard or that I've seen
Yeah.
posted on a Twitter timeline. Someone post like the Chiefs are the least penalized team in the playoffs. And let me tell you why that's dumb. To those that are listening, that's a good thing. That's what you want. What does that mean? What do you think that means if you're not penalized a lot?
I would like
That
to
is
know.
a sign
You tell me.
of a well-coached team. A
Is it?
well-coached, disciplined team that plays fundamentally good football.
They want you to
And
apologize.
so
I want you
and
to
so
apologize.
it's to me it's like, well, that means my players are smart. My players are not making the mistakes that get calls on them. And not saying, there's some tricks of the trade in the NFL where you can sneak and do some things that go unseen because the referees can't see everything. But the thing is, okay, if you can get away with it, then you can. But my thing is, they're well coached and disciplined, and they play good fundamental football, and that is good coaching. That is a sign of great coaching, actually. And so I'm very happy that my team changes because we're essentially, I believe we were one of the most penalized during the regular season. I don't know if that was last year or this year. I haven't looked at the penalties and the number of penalties and who's leading in that area. But one thing I know is that when it comes to the playoffs, we don't make mistakes. We don't tend to make mistakes that hurt our team,
No, we don't. And
offensively or defensively.
our defensively,
The other
and
team usually makes the.
well, the other fair thing to say is, you got to take it on the chin sometime. And hey, my heart went out to Baltimore because I would have enjoyed seeing that overtime. I think it would have been worth and I
Hey, I
don't
ain't gonna
know
lie,
that
mine didn't, bro. They be talking too much junk, like they
I
just the
don't know.
best
Well,
team ever, bro. So
if the
my heart did
outcome,
not go out to the Ravens.
well, my heart, I like the competition, and I think Lamar is arguably the greatest athlete in the game. Like athletically, you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody with the gifts God has blessed him with. I have no problem admitting that. However,
You
Hey,
put
bro,
Saquon up there too, and a
and
JD
that's but
five, Jay
that
Daniels
ball
might be
was
up there too.
hard.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
that
for
ball
sure.
was hard,
It's
and you
cold,
threw it
bro.
too
When it's
hard.
cold, oh yeah,
Well, you threw it too hard. Come
yeah.
on. You threw it too hard. Your boy was shivering. He was cold. It was like he got locked up. And I ain't trying to, be out of control. We know, let's be 100, 99.9%, 199 out of 200, that man gonna catch that ball and hold on.
It's my Andrews.
Yeah, and, but unfortunately, this time with as cold the ball looked like it was like y'all was throwing a brick around. It looked cold, it looked hard, and I think that in that you have to put a little bit of finesse on the ball. I think when he grabbed it, he over grabbed it, and in the midst of grabbing it and then trying to make sure he could sit down in bounds, he couldn't put the two together to make it all right. And then when you threw it, let's be real, Lamar, you didn't, I appreciate you not just willy-nilly in it, but you put a little something on that. That thing
Let,
had a little juice on it.
let me pull it back to this Chiefs game, man.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in that third quarter, bro. That third quarter, they had the ball for 10 and a half minutes on that drive when it came out of halftime in that third quarter, bro. And I was like, golly, by the time we got the ball, it's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And so so that's why the stats look so lopsided. Like the Texans had, that's what goes to tell you that yards don't win games. They had 336 yards total. The Chiefs had 212. They had 18 first downs. We had 14. Their time of possession was 33 minutes and 26 seconds. And the Chiefs possessed the ball for 26 minutes and 34 seconds. Goes to show you time of possession doesn't always really matter when it comes to the Chiefs. You can play that game if you want to, but you better put up touchdowns. They did put up a touchdown, but in the fourth quarter, we shut them out. The Chiefs went on to score 10 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, going up 23-12. And then, like I said, we gave them that little safety and gave them 2 points to just a clock thing that they were doing. It was strategic. I understood why they did it, but I was like, oh man, why are we giving them 2 points?
I think people have to understand that it's one thing for our offense to answer the call. It's another thing for our defense to answer the call. And sir, you didn't get sacked once, you didn't get sacked twice, you didn't get sacked 3 times, you didn't get sacked 4 times,
Yes,
you didn't
sir.
get sacked 5 times, you didn't
Ugh,
get sacked six, you didn't
not
get sacked seven.
seven,
You got sacked 8 times, if I'm not mistaken.
8 times.
And my God, after a while, that should, in some way, shape, or form, start to take somewhat of an effect on not only you, but that's got to be somewhat discouraging. I mean, talk about the fact, like you said, yeah, you held the ball for 10 minutes, bro, and how discouraging is it that you held the ball for 10 minutes and after holding the ball for 10 minutes, you were still losing. You were still losing
Yeah,
after holding, and I mean,
they missed the extra point.
well, you can't ignore the commentator when they bring that up and say, "Good God, that hurts." We held the ball for 10 minutes and we're still losing. We're not any closer to getting the ball back to turn this thing around than we were when the game first started 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna say the most disappointing thing to me, Will, during that game,
Mhm.
the first 3 plays that we called, I want whoever's responsible for calling those plays slapped. I want them slapped. I want them mollywopped and slapped. If Matt Nagy is responsible for that, I really hope that we just go. Can't you just say, "Hey Matt, we're gonna get you your ring, but you don't have to stay." And then after that, uh, Reed, if you're responsible, I want to know who gave you the last cheeseburger you ate because that was the worst. Can we settle this matter? I'm gonna ask this,
What's up? What's up?
William, the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, without any doubt.
Kareem Hunt, man.
It's without any doubt.
Yeah.
And I'm tired.
Yeah.
Pacheco, God bless you. I do think he's a nice change of pace back,
Yeah.
but I don't think that you are the back that should be setting the pace.
Yeah. And man, and I fully believe we're gonna have to. Now, this is further down the line. We're gonna have to draft another back, bro. Because he just not. I don't know if it's because he hasn't played in a while, but he's just not seeing the vision. He doesn't have the vision Kareem Hunt has. Um, to hit the hole. He doesn't have the patience to wait on his blocks. And Kareem's just a much better back in that regard. Like I said before, like the only thing he does better than Kareem is that he has speed. That's it. That's
Well,
it,
I
bro.
mean, I
So
think that he has speed, but I think that the thing about that is, this is my opinion. Hey, if you're humble enough, and I don't know if you are, or or what you do and what your thought process is when you're really there, but if you're humble enough, and I'm just saying this, can somebody teach the man, bro? If you can really train yourself to run with your eyes open, with the speed that you have, how many times have you seen Pacheco where literally, had he just darted to the left instead of the right, or had he darted either direction at all, they would have been chasing him trying to catch up. But this man, instead of taking the opportunity to appreciate blocking that may be appropriate and good, this man will smash into. I mean, I'm like, bro, why did
he
you run into?
is he
That's
a
your
smash
teammate.
brother?
Bro,
Smash
what
brother.
is, and that has its that I mean, I'm just saying it
Oh
has its
man.
place,
Yeah, yeah, it
but bro,
does.
you can't, it's not okay when there's like, why do my thing with it is, be it great or small, most of the time when Kareem Hunt gets the ball, about 3 yards is the minimum you're gonna see him gain.
Yeah.
And what you're doing, sir, you done got to a point where they know, oh, he getting the ball.
Yeah. If
He
we have
he
a
he'll,
fourth and
he'll run
one,
into
bro.
his bro.
If
He'll
we
run
have a
into the
fourth and
lineman if
one,
they don't move
I
fast
said
enough.
we should not see Isaiah Pacheco on the field. It should be Kareem Hunt. If we're gonna run it
Well,
and it's a fourth and one.
he should not be. Again, you put that man in, and somebody thought, oh, he'll set the pace. Whether it was Andy or Matt
Or
or a
Nagy.
combination,
Mhm.
somebody's got to be counted. That was the. I was so mad after the first three plays. I said, "This what we about to do today? We gonna hand we gonna hand the ball off to this man, not once, twice,
Oh man.
and then the little pass that Mahomes did try, you threw it to him. Why,
I gotta go back and watch. I can't remember. So did we go three and out? I can't remember on the. You talking
bro?
about the
It
first? Was
it
the
was
first drive?
more like 2.5 and out, because
Oh
one of them I
man.
don't even really want to count. That first play, okay, But my thing is, as a team, I feel like when you go and you run the ball against another team in the NFL for your first play,
Hmm.
there needs to be some level of positive yardage.
Yeah, positive
You can't
yardage.
just run the first play and end up tackled in the backfield. Hey, bro, where they do that at? When did that become okay? And I'm watching this man.
Hmm.
He People need to understand. Pacheco only want to get physical once he got ahead of steam up. He
Hmm.
ain't physical if he's not a downhill runner.
Hmm.
He is not. He's not physical like he it. It's an illusion,
Not like
bro.
Kareem. Kareem is very physical, and he's gonna
Well, he's
fight
a
for them yards,
grown
bro. He
he's
gonna
a
fall forward.
grown man.
At least get 2 yards. At least falling forward. You know what
Show me
I'm
something. 6 inches.
saying?
Six, six something. I'm just
Say,
saying,
brother,
like,
you can't get a half a sub.
bro, this dude didn't even
Oh
pitch.
man.
He didn't even pitch
Can't
forward
get a
progress,
half a sub of yardage, my
bro.
brother.
I
Come
mean,
on.
but you can look at Pacheco and tell the way that he's running now. It's like, bro, I am not worthy of number one on the depth chart. And
Yeah.
they need to. It's
Yeah.
time to go ahead, and I understand everybody wanting to some extent be mindful of, the history in the past. Hey man, all that's over now. All that's really over now, be it what anybody thought about it or not. I ain't heard of Chiefs fans not go nuts when Kareem Hunt hits that end zone. And quite frankly, I think that, he needs to be a part of the game plan that says you're going to have to deal with him. Because all that's going to do is take pressure off of, Patrick Mahomes and the rest of our offense.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 100% honest. If I watch another game and I don't see these men on the field at the same time, I'm sending a letter in. If I don't see Hollywood, Juju, Worthy, and
Oh, D Hop.
oh my gosh, on the field at the same time. If I don't see those men on the field at the same time, okay, and I'm gonna throw this out there with Kelsey,
Mm.
okay, and that's it. If I put those men out there,
Oh man.
no, no, I don't even need a back. But if you want to put one back there, choose one of them. If I put those men out there with Kelsey, along with Patrick Mahomes,
Mm.
okay, that's 11 men. Why are we not putting the pressure on defenses to say, oh my God, look at
Yeah.
that. What are we going to do?
I think we'll see a change with the Bills game. Last thing I say about the Texans game, minus that third quarter, man, our defense played very well, man. Our defense played very well. I think our offense did what they needed to do. Houston got a good defense, so I'll give them credit, man. They played well. Kelsey ate them up. I don't understand that game plan of Kelsey was wide open a few times, bro. I don't
Bro,
understand what they were doing defensively on that. If anything, I would have had Kelsey doubled or make saying to put Stingley on him or something to make those other wide receivers beat me. But Kelsey had a day, man. He balled out, did
he
his
had an
thing.
awesome, and that's the
Yeah,
thing.
man. He
He
looked
had
good.
an awesome day. Kelsey had an awesome day, but it's still there's a bit of frustration there
Mhm.
that's very difficult for anybody paying attention uh, to ignore. This man is without a doubt, the best in the business, and we're sitting here and we're not doing the things that we can do. It's not like you got to say anything. If you put that combination of men on the field, um,
Yeah.
you will either respect that, and if you make the mistake of not respecting that, somebody's gonna have to help me understand. When did we not start trusting Patrick Mahomes to make people who do things that are not wise pay? And that's all I'm gonna say there.
I don't know. We had a
Like,
good shot down the field with Hollywood, but he ended up dropping it
yeah,
because he dropped that mug right in the basket. And I think he was double covered too, but it was a perfect pass. And so it was a good ball. He just ended up dropping it. But I think we'll see more in the passing game versus the Bills. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
versus the Bills. With the defense they run too. And we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and get to that. Let's talk some Bills. We got the Bills coming up in the AFC Championship game. This will be the second time we'll be playing them in the AFC Championship game. I think we played them in might have been 2020, but yeah, and we won either 2020 or 2019. I can't remember which year it was, but we won 38-24 in that
yeah.
AFC Championship game. And we've sent them home two other times. And so this will be our fourth time playing the Bills in the playoffs. And we need to send them home in order to go to our third straight Super Bowl and continue the mission for a three-peat. But let's talk Bills ball, man. So I watched them all 22, man. I was like, let me see what the Bills are doing. I got to dive in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of took a few notes.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
on the defensive side of the ball, I'll say this, man. I think they need to switch that numbers thing back. It was a little confusing, man. They had a defensive back with the number 47. I was like, it is just weird because you think that's a linebacker, and it was Christian Benford, I believe, number
That's
47.
different.
It is
That's
different,
just
bro.
different.
It looked off, and it was throwing me off when I was looking at their DBs. But they play on, so they have Damar Hamlin was playing up in the box, so I could tell that they made a intentional effort or a large effort in stopping the run for the Ravens because Damar Hamlin he was up on the line of scrimmage a lot or in the box. They had 8 in the box, and so they made a concerted effort to like, yeah, we're not gonna let Derrick Henry beat us. And so I saw that. I also saw on third downs they played some nickel defense, some dime, but they played some man, but it looks like they play quite a bit of cover four, especially on third downs. And they would have like two linebackers out there. They would have Bernard out there, Milano out there. Milano was lined up, so it looked like a 4-3, but it was really three defensive linemen, one linebacker, which was Milano on the line of scrimmage, and they had Bernard at the middle, and then they had two DBs on the side of him with four DBs back playing a cover four on third downs. So I definitely think we can eat that up, um, playing the cover four zone. And so, and
I mean,
they
I
had,
think we just, I don't know, Will. I
uh,
don't want to make it too simple.
mhm.
Bro, Lamar, all due respect, you gave up 10.
Oh yeah,
But the six with the fumble for the touchdown, I just like those are things to me. Like when I look at stuff like that, Buffalo, if you're hoping for something like that versus Kansas City regarding Patrick Mahomes specifically,
yeah, they're not
may the
expecting
Lord
that.
bless you
Yeah.
because, bro, that's not happening, bro.
Yeah, that's not happening with us. And
That's
one of
not
those
happening.
turnovers, I will say, when I watched it, the interception, Lamar was expecting. I saw Bateman kind of do something different on his route, and because he had his man beat, he was expecting him to continue running. Like Mahomes, remember we had that year where the receivers and Mahomes just wasn't on the same page. Mahomes was like, keep going or turn in, and like it
No,
was like one of those
right,
things,
right,
and
right.
it ended
I
up turning
remember.
into an interception. So
Right.
some of that's maybe on Lamar, but I think Bateman might have did something different, and I don't know what his route was supposed to be. But at any rate, you can't turn the ball over. And so I'm
No,
not
you cannot.
I expect us to take care of the ball. Mahomes is definitely going to take care of the ball and make the plays that's necessary. I saw on they may have some tails on the Bills offense. They would run some interesting sets, bro. They would run some like 21 personnel, right? But they would have six offensive linemen in and one wide receiver. So they would bring in an extra offensive lineman, run 21, and then run the ball. And it's like whenever they ran that, they had that six offensive lineman out there, that 21, they would run the ball. And so you can see, you kind of like, oh, they're gonna run the ball probably 90% of the time. And so they may pull something out where they try to fake us out and have an eligible lineman. I don't know. But for the most part, you bring six offensive linemen out there.
If you start trying to do too much, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
offer them any assistance, please do. But if you start trying to do too much, that's when things are gonna go south. I think that the thing that makes the most sense to me is you need to have a unique spying application available for this man so that when he thinks about taking off, that the penalty for him even thinking about running um, is significant. And I think Leo, I'm looking for Chanel. I'm looking for him because of the strength that he has. I'm looking for him to be a major, major problem in being a deterrent to him thinking about running.
Mhm.
And I think that that's I watched this man.
Mhm.
He ran over some people. And all due respect, he tried that with us last time. I'm gonna need some of y'all linebackers to remind him in a very legal and careful manner that he's a quarterback and that he should stay in his respected area.
I'll say this: they block well. They do have a very good offensive line. They block well. And we cannot let Cook get the edge because he's got some speed. He's fast, man. When he gets that edge, bro, he typically gets a lot of yards. Even after like I won't say after contact, but don't let him get the edge. And there was something else. They played so their base looks like their base on offense is 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers. I think having Jalen Watson back really helps us a lot with that coverage. Now, one thing I may wonder is Joshua Williams going to be that third corner out there, or are they going to use Tamari Connor, an extra safety? And I'll prefer Joshua Williams, man. I think as the season progressed without Jalen Watson, we took a dip at first defensively in the secondary.
Yeah,
Then it
I
started.
agree.
Then it started coming together. They started playing a lot better later towards the season. Was Joshua Williams was out there, kind of solidified that CB2, and so I think we definitely had the personnel to stifle their offense. And the key is that factor is going to be Josh Allen on those scrambles.
I
Don't
think you
let
got to
him.
put him on his back.
You gotta put him on his back. You gotta get him off his spot and make him and
Yep.
force him to make throws. Just get pressure, man. Force him
And
to
I,
make bad throws. Um, speed up his time, speed up his clock, so to speak, and kind of don't let him sit back there. Because if you let Josh sit back there, man, he's gonna tear you up. And so, but so our pass rush is definitely gonna be key. Or who helps with that with him being back. Karloftis is playing on fire right now. You know what
you
I'm
got
saying?
Leo Chanel. I think that all those
Mhm.
guys are doing their job. They're doing it well. The young man from the Patriots that we picked up, I'm not going to mess up his name, but his motor is very high and he's coming after it. I think if you can
I
get
don't
all of
think he's
these,
gonna. Did he get any snaps? Where's the
he,
Texans? I don't know if he got any
he
snaps.
got a sack, at least
Uche?
one. I can't think of his name.
Joshua Uche?
He got a sack.
I gotta go
Whoever
see,
it's
man.
maybe it wasn't Uche, but it was. I think the
I
boy from
gotta
the
see.
Patriots, he got multiple. Now it's a lot on his back. All I'm saying is, the bottom line is, it's very hard to throw the ball when you land down, and that's where he needs to be, is on his back. Don't, and that's the thing. Even when he gets disturbed, and my thing is, that's where your spy has to be prepared. When that man gets put off his spot and he senses that he's gonna get put off his spot, hey, make it count, man. Put that dude down. And I think the way that you do that is there may be some times when you are gonna allow your down lineman to do that. But I think there needs to be some design. Hey, we're coming for you, bro. Deal with it.
Oh, you already know that's gonna happen with
We
Spags, bro.
coming for you.
You know
Like
Spags is
this
gonna
is
have some
not, you don't
exotic
have to
blitzes.
wonder, you don't have to worry. Bro, if you don't hurry up and toss that rock, you're gonna be on your back.
With some
And
twists and
that's the whole,
stunts.
you can't throw the ball laying down on your back. And that's what they need to do in a very much legal manner. Don't get his, my thing is, like I said last week, there's no reason for us to allow uh CJ to have an opportunity to be great. And I don't see why we should do anything different without. There's no reason to allow him to be great. And he can't be great on his back. And that's where he
Yeah,
needs to be. I would not play with it. I
yeah.
think there has to be a terribly aggressive and physical nature
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
our approach. Like, I think that it needs to be
An
like, y'all
urgency.
came in here last time and
Mm-hmm.
we last time we played, y'all dilly dacked us. So now welcome to the Arrowhead Invitational. Okay?
Mm.
And if it's all the same to you, or not, hey, get some of this turf, buddy. Because
Yeah.
that's what you need. They need to stop playing. You can't, if you give Josh Allen, if you give him an opportunity to do things that are exceptional, that's what's changed about him. As to where he used to hesitate, now it's like, now I got to go win this game. Now y'all need to prove to him, yeah, it might have looked nice,
Well, he
but
typically balls versus the Chiefs in the
there,
playoffs. Like him and Mahomes have great games. He only has one turnover, like one interception. He fumbled the last time we played in the playoffs, but they recovered it. So it wasn't a huge thing. But if anything, just take care of the ball. I think the guy you were referring to was not. It definitely wasn't Uche because he wasn't even dressed out. I don't believe it was FAU. Felix and Udike Uzoma had a sack, so he looked
There
pretty
you go.
good
It
too
was a
out
lot
there
on his
with
back. That's all
FAU.
I can say. It
But
was a
yeah,
lot
man.
on him.
So I just think, man, our defense need to come out on fire. We can't play flat. Got to play with a sense of urgency. I think the Bills are hungry and want it, really want it, and I think the Chiefs really, really want it. But it's a question of who wants it more, who's going to make the plays in the big moments, who's going to take care of the football. Because I think whoever turns over the ball will more than likely lose this game. Now, there have been instances where we've turned the ball over and Mahomes is able to make up for that. But what you don't want to do is give the other team an extra possession
Now you
or
can't
lose a
do it.
possession by turning the
You
ball over.
can't. You cannot.
So,
You
yeah,
can't afford. You cannot afford to give these guys any extra possessions.
yeah,
And they know that giving us an extra possession, it should be extremely costly if nothing else. The other thing is, I'm really glad to have a solid kicker, man. Because some
yeah.
of this
Glad Buck
mess
is
we've
back, man.
seen with kickers, some of this
Ooh,
stuff with these
you can
kickers
take kickers for
lately, good
granted, man. You can't
God.
take it for granted because
No, you
everybody
can't
don't.
take you
Bruh,
can't take our special. That's the other
special
thing.
teams. Yeah.
Don't take our special teams play for
Shout out to
granted.
Dave
And then
Tote.
that young man you was looking at, he did a good job. What was his name? The wide receiver you was talking about him
Oh,
a couple
Nico
weeks ago.
Remigio.
Oh, Miko Remigio, boy,
Remigio.
that boy, that boy. He said, "Let me show you something, young man. Put this foot in the ground on you," and then he took off. And I like it because you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna go and say it. Hey, he gonna get him one. He gonna
Hey,
get
I would
him
love
one.
it. I thought he was gonna get it.
He
In that
gonna
game
get
against the
him
Texans, I
one.
thought he was gonna get it, man. I
He
just want him to
he
hold on to
runs
the
with
ball. That's my
authority.
thing. Just hold on to the ball, brother, because
Hey,
he
bro,
did fumble.
I haven't
He
seen
did
anything
fumble.
from him that makes me nervous yet, as far as his
Ah,
ability to
ah,
protect the ball.
ah. He's
Now, I,
he's put the ball on the ground a couple times, you know.
did he? I ain't
Well, in
see it. I
preseason
remember.
he did, and then he just did in this past game, bro. So I'll be a little nervous sometimes. Like I love his talent, man. I like that he's active and on the squad and back there on special teams. I know he can make plays, but that's the only thing. That's my only concern when it comes to Nico is holding on to the ball. That's it.
They a nasty bunch. Special teams. I'm gonna take my hat off. You know, I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah,
done a wonderful job with them, and I appreciate it, man. I like our special teams, but I think that, like you said, there's many factors to consider. But when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs as a whole, have we played our best game this season yet? No, we haven't.
mm,
And I think we're going to get to see that on Sunday. And I think that it's going to prove that there isn't a team out there that can really match us when we're playing our best ball. And I think that Buffalo is about to be the victim of the Kansas City Chiefs playing their best football. And I don't think it's going to be anything that they can do about it. That's when you know the Kansas City Chiefs are playing their best football, because I think that Buffalo's going to try hard. I just don't think it's going to be nothing they can do about what's about to happen. And I think
mm,
they want to. I think they want to. I think Buffalo wants to come in here and try to make it seem like, oh, this ain't nothing. It ain't home, but we got, nah, this Arrowhead, baby. And I think that you know, with the Texans experience, as far as our crowd versus what Buffalo is about to experience, is unreal. I don't think it's going to be
yeah,
the same. I
yeah,
think it's going to be ridiculous. I didn't hear the noise like I wanted to in that Houston game. But maybe it's just me. But I'm hoping that I would hope that the noise for us playing in this AFC Championship would be deafening.
yeah, man. Yeah. I hope it's not close.
No, I don't want it to be close.
I don't want to be close. I really want to smash them. I want the Chiefs to come out and just smash them and be like, yo, there's no doubt, like, yo, this we dominate the game. And I think we can get up to a certain point. I mean, even last year, man, it could have been that way. The McCole Hartman fumble right at the end zone was huge because that made the game closer than what it should have been. And man, like, ah, man, here we go. So, but Yeah, long we I think we take care of the ball, man. I think but what I want to say is like who's going to be the player of the game? Like who do you think needs to have a big game? Like choose one player and then we'll close out. Choose one player on offense and one player on
I
defense for the
think that
Chiefs.
I think that as far as your, players for the game are the player that I think that has to have a big game, in my opinion, um, the difference maker to me, it has to be I can't say the name or specifically, but it has to be a defensive player. It has to be a defensive player.
But dang, bro, I said hold
Yeah.
on.
I mean, I want to,
I
I
said
don't know
one
a name.
on defense and one
Yeah.
on offense. So you gotta pick
I'm just going
somebody. Like who
defense.
would you like to see like kind of go off or you think that needs to have a big game for the Chiefs?
I think that Chris Jones has the ability to definitively turn
Mm,
games in certain directions.
he does.
Defensively, I like him. Offensively, I'm ready to really see Patrick Mahomes have that 350, 400-yard passing game that's complemented, with a solid 100-yard rushing effort. I would like to see us put up in the neighborhood of 425 to 500 yards of total offense.
Mm.
I think that we're capable of that. We have the resources, we have the tools, and I think that, in regards to that, Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones. I think that two people who have the ability to take the putty of the game and shape it into something that leads to a victory for Kansas City. And no, I don't want to see a close game. I want to see a TKO. I'm trying to see people
Not a
over on,
TKO.
yeah, I want to see, I ain't trying to lie. I'm trying to see people in Buffalo shed a couple,
Shed some
not just because the
tears.
Buffalo wings is hot,
Give me some of them
but
Buffalo
because,
tears, man.
yeah, man, I'm tired, bro. I don't want to deal with a close game. I want the Chiefs to come out and definitively win. And as fans, take some notes from New England. When have you ever seen a Patriots fan apologize for the dynasty? And
Yeah, we
we
not
shouldn't, we,
apologizing for that.
it's one thing to be, it's one thing to walk in humility and another thing to walk in confidence, but confidence, humility, they can go together. I don't see any reason for us to. I feel like it's almost like somebody wants us to apologize for the Chiefs being good. And I'm not doing that. And you can try to credit the referees. You can try to say what you want to say. The referees ain't get it right 15 times. They just didn't do that. I'm not saying they're not capable, but that's not what happened.
Okay.
Go KC. That's my point.
All
That's
right.
my people.
All right. So for me, um on the defensive side, man, I'm gonna say Karlaftis, man. Can he have if he has another big game, that means he's getting sacks, he's pressuring, um pressuring Josh Allen and the side he lines up on, he'll have him going to his left. So, but I want to see Karlaftis have a big game. I think if he does that, man, it's definitely a dub. Of course, Chris Jones is going to be effective, whether he's double teamed, which opens it up for other guys. Um, honorable mention, Charles Omenihu. You know what I'm saying? And then on the offensive side, man, I'm with you, man. I think it's Patrick, man. I think if he has a masterful game, one of those 300 plus yard games where he's just distributing the ball, getting it out, everybody's eating, you know what I'm saying? Which makes it difficult to cover the Chiefs when you have multiple guys or different guys that are being effective in the passing game. Even though
Mhm.
Kelsey took over that Texans game, I don't think the Bills are
Wow.
going to allow that to happen. I think
Wow.
McDermott is smarter than that to allow not allow Kelsey to go off too much. Though he's had some big games, I think he'll have some catches, but I don't know if he'll go off to that extent. And so we have like you got Worthy, Juju, everybody, but I think Pat has to have a masterful game and be just do what he does, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, wow
Yeah.
us like he always does. He's gonna do something amazing. He did. He always does something amazing.
Right.
And
I
so,
mean, and what is amazing?
not to say that he has to be Superman, but just
Well,
masterful game.
I think amazing at this point is, hey, you know, it would really be nice if we could get to a point where even if we had a rate of 80%, when we touch the ball, if we get to touch the ball 6 times throughout the game, if the offense gets 6 possessions, 8 possessions, if we can score, I mean, I'm talking about getting in the end zone. I mean, if we can score on 80% of those possessions, gotta admit that's gonna be a pretty amazing game. That's a pretty amazing feat for our offense. Put the ball in the end zone and go ahead and take care of business. And to your point about Karlaftis and Chris Jones didn't even hesitate to make it plain what Karlaftis represents to him. You know, Clark the Shark, baby. You know. So my point with it is, if Karlaftis is opening that door for Chris Jones to be able to maximize his impact of being disruptive, and Chris Jones is doing the same for Karlaftis. Hey man, and Omenihu still in that mix, and Leo Chanel and the gentleman whose name I can't pronounce, but he got a lot on his back as far as the name. But if those guys all get together and they're all, you know, having a great game, I mean, I'm looking at Bolton too. I think that all of these guys, when you put them in the right place at the right time, um, hey man, the Chiefs defense is pretty scary. And
Yeah,
nobody really
yeah,
wants to openly admit that, but I don't feel like you can, I mean, they can say they want to say maybe our corners haven't been what we would have liked for them to have been this year. But boy, that last game, it was a couple times I said, McDuffie looked at you like, do it again.
yeah. Hey,
Do it one more
McDuffie's
again.
a
One more
McDuffie's a
again, boy.
dog, man. McDuffie's
Yeah,
a dog.
I
I
mean,
love
all
McDuffie.
of those guys, but they were playing.
Yeah,
My thing is, they were competing, and I think that the name of the game is you can't give Josh Allen, you can't let his offensive line give him the time that he would really like to have, and then when the pocket does collapse, you got to be prepared to deal with, you know, him attempting to become a running quarterback, and just go ahead and let him know. If your pocket collapsed, buddy, that's it. Don't come over here. Don't look that way. You know, we trying to knock a couple teeth loose. Don't come
all
over
right.
here.
So all
Yeah.
right, so
Come
let's
over
go
here.
to last thing. We'll do a real quick score prediction. What's your score prediction for the game? Come up with one real quick. What you thinking?
I would like to see us, I would really believe I'd like to see us 28-10.
Oh
I think
wow.
we can
Okay.
do that. I think realistically we get the ball offensively throughout the entire game. And I'll even boost it up. 35. I'm gonna go 35-17.
Okay.
I think that we can put these boys in a bad position. I
Okay.
really do.
All right, I love that. I will. That would be a wonderful score.
Mm.
My score prediction: I'm gonna go Chiefs 28, Bills 20. And I think they score like a last minute kind of garbage touchdown, trying to, you know what I'm saying? So, 28-20 Chiefs. That's gonna be my score prediction. So, yo, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure you like, share, subscribe. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Ozil Brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. So be sure to check out ozilbrand.com. Check out my guy J-Mo with his barbecue sauce. Upgrade your meats, baby. Yeah,
Guarantee
upgrade
you if
those
you
meats.
taste it, you won't waste it. Come on, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JMO's BBQ. That's JMOSBBQ.com. Be sure to order your sauce for your barbecue, man. It's going to make it that taste that much better. Check out Legacy AD Cartoon. It's legacyadcartoon.squarespace.com. Check out the faith-based comic book written by myself, man. Just a vision God gave me. So be sure to check that out. Legacy AD. Also, let's see, shout out to my guy Greedy Man's Barbecue. Shout out to my guy Reggie at Always On Point Pressure Washing. Just You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody that's watching. Be sure to download the MTMV Sports app. And before we go, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Joe do Christian charity, of course.
Yes, sir. Again, on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., all roads lead to 11,000 Ruskin Way, Kansas City, Missouri, 64134 at Christian Charity Church, where your pastor is Arthur Lee Mobley III, Pastor Emeritus Arthur Lee Mobley Jr. So if you got time and you're feeling good, guarantee we gonna be done way before the game start. And wear your Chiefs paraphernalia. Now, you know, put on your outfit, come on out in the Chiefs red, and let's have a good time and do a little clapping and toe tapping, and go on ahead and enjoy a good worship service before we get to enjoy this Chiefs victory on Sunday evening. Also, don't forget about Remember the Cross at rtckc.com. If there was ever a time when those people who may be dealing with different health issues, different disabilities, have different needs, may need some assistance with advocating for themselves and learning different things about what they can do to make things better, let us know. Reach out. Donations are greatly appreciated. Lastly, for me this week, if there's something that can be done to help save anybody a couple of dollars in regards to insurance, any legal needs that you might have, or anything of that nature, please don't hesitate to reach out to me by email. You'll see that's available in the chat there. And I'm out there looking at some of the different comments and responding if it's worthy. If you saying something off the side, I just give you this. Okay, that's what you get because you just talk. But nonetheless, go Chiefs. And again, I'm looking forward to a great game, a good time. And again, show us love where you can.
All right, man. So again, thank you all for watching and tuning in. And it's Red and Bold. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at REDANDBOLD. You can shoot us an email at redandboldpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Download the MTMV Sports app so you can check us out on your phone, as well as other shows and content under the MTMV Sports umbrella. Thank y'all again. We're going to get this dub. We trying to go to the Super Bowl and get that third. You heard? Yeah, 3-peat, baby. Let's go. KC 816. Holla.
And if loving the Chiefs is wrong,
I don't wanna be right.
You know what I'm talking about? I ain't trying to even be. Nope.
Yeah. All right, love y'all, man. Thank you.
Love y'all. God bless.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.